Good morning, brothers and sisters. Gentle rain this morning. Thought I'd come on, tie up some loose ends from yesterday. Thought of kind of a new way of putting this. To me, it's the most important. To me, it has been the most important verse in the Bible that I'd like to talk about again. John 3:8. John 3:8. It's talking about where Jesus said, you must be born again. You must be born again. But he said something right before that, John 3:8. It says, marvel not that I said unto you, you must be born again. Marvel. It's a marvel. First of all, Nicodemus recognized that that was an impossibility. Being born again was impossible. And why did Jesus use that analogy? That's the big question. And I believe he used that analogy because it takes it completely out of man's hands. We have no say in our natural birth, who our earthly father is, and we have no say in the new birth, brothers and sisters. I believe that's the major reason that Jesus used that analogy, John 3:8. But then, in this little bitty verse, a little bitty short passage, he says, he tells you the what the means of this new birth is going to be. Very interesting, because he didn't say that some of them were going to be born by hearing the gospel, hearing the good news about Jesus, and some were going to be born this other way, by the wind blowing where it wills. He didn't say that. He said that so is everyone born of the Spirit. He didn't say that some of them were going to hear the gospel, a good rendition of the gospel, which nobody out there, not many people out there have a good rendition of the gospel, of the death, burial, resurrection of Jesus Christ. They know about it, but it's a free offer to everybody. So they have that wrong right off the bat. But no, he said that everyone was going to be born again in the same way. That's important, brothers and sisters. Let me say it again and again and again. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. And then he tells you the means over there in John 3:8, which is the wind. He shows you that the wind, or the Holy Spirit, which is what he's talking about. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh, or whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the means of the new birth for everyone, all the way back to Adam, to this present day, until the end, until the very last day. That is the way God populates his heaven. The Holy Spirit goes, at God's appointed time, the Holy Spirit, like the wind, blows to that beloved of God, child of grace, and quickens them who were dead. They were dead in trespass and sin, and brings them into his family, and they are alive forevermore. Just wanted to get on and see if I could go over and over it until people see the significance of this verse. So is everyone born of the Spirit. So that means that everyone in God's kingdom will be born again in that way. And the gospel, as I've always said, has another purpose. And I don't believe everybody has had that privilege to hear a good rendition, a proper rendition of the gospel. But today we have this I believe, great deception. Great deception. Starting out with something that sounds good. Nobody would dare say anything about it because it's so established in our culture. Except for me down here in Alabama. But anyway, no, brothers and sisters. That's the way that it happens. I hope I didn't leave out anything. So is everyone. That means it happens. That's the reason it has to be this way, brother. Everyone is born again in the same way. It would be two different ways if it were gospel regeneration, where you hear the gospel and presto changeo, you become born again, which is impossible. You can't enter into your mother's womb again. This is something this is why God used that analogy, to take it out of your hands, take them out of the individual's hands and place man's eternal destiny into the hands of God. Anyway, enjoying this nice cool rain here this morning. Fixing to go in and try to make some coffee. I'll put this one up. I'll do it over and over. I've become redundant, I know, but it's all for a reason. Every time I lay down and wake up, I think of something else I can add to it and make it more understandable to the listeners out there. This is a wonderful, wonderful truth, brothers and sisters. It brings great peace to the child of grace. Peace and love from this old boy down here in Alabama.